What's up? Look, I'm not hating on the guy, all right? I like Jake Paul. I think he's a beast. He's an animal. He made it from the ground up, a YouTube star. He beat up an NBA player, Nate Robinson. Nate Robinson is a beast of an athlete. Nate Robinson is trying to play NFL football, tried out for NFL. I don't know. He played collegiate football. He won the slam dunk contest. Jake Paul murdered him. It's not even funny, okay? The caliber of fighters that Jake Paul is beating aren't fighters. They're not fighters. The people Jake Paul are beating are not fighters, but they have insane athletic ability. Jake Paul is making some noise. He is making a lot of noise in the world. He's moving culture. Okay, he's moving pop culture by beating up just people with freakishly, genetically gifted athletes. Do you understand that? Nate Robinson, genetically gifted freak athlete. Ben Askren. Jake Paul murdered Ben Askren. He's TKO. He TKO'd Ben Askren. Do you understand what Ben Askren can do physically? Okay, look. He's not a striker. He's a wrestler. Okay, Nate Robinson is a basketball player, but they're at the top of their game in athletics in the field that they do. Nate Robinson was at the top of his game, at the top of his class in the slam dunk contest. Ben Askren, right, is a world-class Olympian in wrestling. And Jake Paul is making so much noise beating up these people because they think they can bring over their athletic ability and gift into boxing, which is just stupid. You get better at what you do. Whatever you do, that's what you get better at. So, like, what's next? Is Jake Paul gonna beat up Lance Armstrong, and then we're all gonna go, ooh, oh, that's amazing, Lance Armstrong. Lance Armstrong is the greatest cyclist known to man, right? Even better. Let's take this to a whole different place. What if Ben Askren beat up David Goggins? Are we gonna say? I'm sorry. What if Jake Paul beat up David Goggins? Okay. Are we going to go on and say, oh man, Jake Paul beat up David Goggins? That must mean Jake Paul's the greatest boxer of all time. Jake Paul is beating up superstars who are not boxers. Okay. Now, is Jake Paul going to be able to do any damage to Floyd Mayweather? Zero chance. Zero chance. And this is what we call the halo effect. The halo effect works so good in advertising, like Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, we buy all his products because he is a superstar in basketball. So then we think whatever he does outside of basketball, he's going to be awesome. But that's not the case. Look what happened to Michael Jordan in baseball. So Jake Paul is beating up these people who have a certain halo effect. Like Ben Askren was great in wrestling, so he has this effect that, oh, he's great in wrestling, he must be good in boxing. And that's not the case. Same with Nate Robinson. You know, Nate Robinson has a certain halo effect that he's great as a slam dunk champion, and all of a sudden people think like, hey, he's good at being a slam dunk champion. He can jump through the roof. That must mean he's good in boxing. And that's not the case. But look, let's take nothing away from Jake Paul. He's making his money. He's making his noise. He's moving culture. I got nothing but love for Jake Paul. But I'm a little upset at society for thinking that just because somebody is good at a certain sport, it's going to transfer over into boxing, which is just insane, okay? That's not how it works. Boxing is a whole different sport. That would be like That would be like Michael Phelps, right? Coming into boxing, and then Jake Paul beating Michael Phelps, and everyone think like, oh my God, Jake Paul's a beast. He beat up the greatest swimmer of all time. That's what society and pop culture is doing to Jake Paul. But like I said, hands down to him. He's making his money. Jake Paul is a beast. I'm a fan. I will tune in to when he fights Floyd Money Mayweather. I like everything about the kid. He's awesome. He's marketable. He's a great guy. Got nothing but love for him. I'm just a little upset about how society is treating, how people, fans are treating his win like he's the greatest boxer of all time, which is insane.